I got into business in '66. This is 1970. I'm going home and I'm broke in with Roberson. They're going to look bad. They're going to fire me. Hey, Chuck, we got to have to fire the guy you started in the business.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'll tell you what. I was really, and Wayne really needled it into me. But the greatest put on that I saw in my era with Wayne was on Big Jake.
Car coming through here. I think
Very
looks
nice.
like it.
I'll tell you one more story. You got
Yeah,
me started,
please.
boy.
Got me started.
Yeah, please.
You going to record this?
We're doing
I
a picture
record all the outtakes.
with Wayne. Started out as a $1 million kidnapping. They changed to Big Jake when they kidnapped John Wayne's kid.
Yep.
And I'm going to double Dean Smith because there's a big high fall out of the church steeple. And I'm down there to double Dick Boone. That's when I told Curlin I'm not getting operated on. Mickey went in and got operated on. I said, I'm going on a John Wayne movie. I'm not getting operated on, so I'm still limping because we wrecked that motorcycle and I got off wrong and tore my knee up again. Another story. So we're down there in Mexico, and this kid named Bob Warner is playing a part, and he's an actor, right? So there's only one place to hang out at night, and that's the Mexico courts in Durango. So we're all sitting there. Everett Creech and all of us are sitting around. Everett's got the motorcycle, and every time somebody said something, Bob Warner said, well, he said, Terry, you're from Arizona. I worked on a ranch out in Arizona, you know. Oh, good, Bob. Everett's the motorcycle router. He's talking about racing motorcycles in the I race motorcycles in the desert. This guy was obnoxious. And now his big claim to fame was he went and did a high fall on the Pacific Ocean Park Pier and did it into the ocean. Oh, I hear you do high falls, Terry. I said, yeah, I did a couple, whatever. So I do high falls too. So I went off the Pacific Ocean Park Pier. It was obnoxious. So now,
Guess what? Obnoxious.
Right?
I got a double Dean Smith coming out of the church steeple because Dean doesn't go high. And it's a long way up, and it's at night, and it's a bad son of a bitch. If I go the wrong way, I hit the rock wall, which you can't take out because it's been there since 1840. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. So we're buddies with all the guys down there. You know, the we call him the white ice box. He was the doctor and the caterer. So I go and get a cup of albondigas soup, and we set this all up with Wayne and the wardrobe guy. And as luck would have it, this Bob Warner is a pretty good double for Dean Smith. But I'm going to double Dean. You can't tell at night and the height. So I get a cup of albondigas soup, and I swallow this thing and puke it out. We got to send Terry home. He's got amoebic dysentery. Wayne goes to Bob Warner, Mr. Wayne, and says, Bob Warner, I understand you do high falls.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right, now this is what I said. I don't want to make it sound more impressive than it was, but it's a long way up there, and it's night, and it's scary. It's one of them deals that you go, oh man. So now, and they added on to the church steeple. This was built in 1840, and they added on the church steeple. It's way up there. Well, this is as good a height as I've ever done, without an airbag. So the catcher's buried in the ground, so they can carry me all the way to the ground. And so Wayne goes to Bob Warner and says, I understand you do high falls. Well, yeah. So now we're all standing there, and I can't. The head of CBS Studio Center was there that night. Andy McLaughlin was there scouting locations. They're in the gallery. They're going to watch this fall. And Bob Warner's going to do it. And Wayne puts him up. And so now Warner's going up to this church steeple. I said, you better send him up there and look at it. He gets up there and he's like this. Like that. I said, you know, the caterer and the wardrobe guy, Ted Parman, myself, Wayne, there's about 6 guys in there, Roberson. And I said, hey guys, you better get him out of there. He's going to get vertigo and fall out of there. And he's going to hit the corner of the church or something, whatever. So you better get him down. And it turned out to be the greatest RF in the world, but it turned on us because it was so sad. We called his whole card bad. And he went in and said, I got to go into Durango. I got to call, there's only one phone that worked, and that was at the Mexico course. I got to go in and call my agent and see if he'll allow me to do this. And we never saw him again. And he was on the movie company for 3 weeks. He was in the final battle scene. The final scene where Boone opens the case and saw it's cut paper, and he yells, "Kill the kid!" And then the dean up in the tower is going to kill the kid, and Chris Mitchum shoots him from another way off, and down he comes. Anyway, we never saw that actor again.
Wow.
He never showed up, and it was sad.
Yeah.
Because, it was going to be the biggest RF in all time, and his Wayne's involved in the whole deal. And Wayne loved it. He couldn't wait to do it. He was that way,
But you know what? Maybe some of these people ought to just keep their mouths shut and not.
Boy, he should have kept
Well, he will from now on.
I'm a burning desire, going in hot, and we're caught